So you have gotten all your materials, you sit down to study, and you are ready to start the perfect study session. Except you can't sit still and you are stuck watching YouTube on your iPad. Hey guys, I'm Pei, a content creator producing vlogs, tips videos like these, and journaling content. Today, I'll be helping you regain your focus using 7 tips. I post vlogs on Sundays and special videos like these every Thursday at 6 PM SGT, so do subscribe to not miss any of my videos. Be sure to check out last week's video on how to start studying and remain consistent. And with that, let's get started. So the first tip for today would be to exercise. In a research paper published in 2018, an exercise was conducted where half of the students would take 6-minute physical activity breaks daily every 20 minutes, while the other half didn't. And through the tracking using Fitbits, it was shown that physical activity breaks in the classroom improved attention and concentration amongst 5th graders. So as hard as it is to get out of your seat and move around, let alone go out of the house to the gym, you can do simple exercises such as stretching every hour or so, doing home workouts which are easily found online, or even standing up to do your work. Exercise is also shown to release endorphins which relieve stress, improve mental well-being, and relieve pain, which will all help contribute to better learning. Personally, I like to drag myself to the gym when I feel really groggy and tired, as movement helps wake me up. So do give it a try because it might actually work well. Next, diet. Many people don't talk about this enough, but eating junk food like fried chicken or chips tend to have a high energy spike as your body takes time to process all the food. But this also means that you have a very low energy dip, which could be detrimental to your focus time and your schedule. Eating junk food also causes your body's digestive system to work overtime, reducing the amount of oxygen going to your brain. So your brain will receive less oxygen to focus on work. So the next time you bring a bag of potato chips to your desk to snack on as you work, maybe think twice on whether you should consume them. Alternatively, you can swap it out for something vitamin-rich like fruits, nuts, or eggs, which could accelerate connections between neurons, increasing brain responsivity, contain certain minerals and nutrients which could stimulate the flow of oxygenated blood to the brain for better concentration and learning. Our brain uses twice as much energy as the rest of our body, so fuel your body with energy and vitamin-rich foods. You can consider keeping some fruits pre-cut in the refrigerator or some berries and nuts beside you while you study. But do remember to avoid food that is high in sugars or starch as they cause a high energy spike and a low energy dip. Also, keep yourself hydrated because our brain is 85% water, so with the lack of hydration, our brain can shrink, hindering cognitive ability. And there will be slower production of neurotransmitters which will cause our brain to work slower. Studies has also shown that staying hydrated can make you think 14% faster. Also remember to not drink too many caffeinated drinks as it dehydrates your body. In the graph below, you can see that every time there is a break, student performance increases. This means that with breaks, energy is replenished and you will be able to focus better and quality of work will be higher as well. Many of you guys must have heard about the Pomodoro method whereby you study for 25 minutes and then you break for 5 minutes. However, the 25-5 Pomodoro method may be too short for some people, as most people get into the focus zone after about 20 minutes, but the timer only tells you to work for 25 minutes. If you ignore the alarm and then you continue working for another 35 minutes, a 5-minute break may be too short for you, so you'll keep procrastinating. So here's what I suggest. Time yourself free for studying with no breaks, no distractions, and stop the timer when you start getting distracted from work. Record the time down and do the same for the amount of break time you need. During your breaks, avoid using social media with a lot of content and focus on replenishing water, stretching, or getting extra snacks. Repeat the study break cycle a few more times until you find a session whereby you are too tired and distracted to continue working. So, if you stop at the 5th session, you should know that after the 4th session, you should take a longer break. You can experiment with different timings to see which one makes you the most energized afterwards. Similarly, try to not use social media during this time for a more accurate reading. If you would like to use social media during your longer breaks or even throughout the day, you can do so, but I suggest setting a timer for that so that you don't overrun. Usually timers act as a wake-up call or a reminder for me to get off my social media or my devices. Anyways, if you feel guilty for having a longer break after a shorter study session, don't worry because everyone works differently, and remember, it's about how much you accomplish and not how much time you bank in. Sometimes when you study, you may feel a bit lost because you have no idea what you should do next. Personally, I like to use goal setting for my sessions. So how does this work? For me, my study break ratio is around 45 minutes to 20 minutes. So with all your tasks on your to-do list, allocate as many tasks as possible to the 45-minute session. If you have a large task, for example an essay, break your essay down into different components or subtasks that you can allocate to your 45-minute study session. This goal setting method can help reduce the time spent deciding what to do, and it can help to increase efficiency and productivity as time pressure is used. You can also turn this into a game whereby you have a progress bar, and each time you finish one task, you can take it as a 25% progress to level up or view it as a little bit closer to your reward. Sleep has a major impact on student performance and quality of work, which also links to focus and concentration. When we sleep, there are three important stages that relate to learning. The light stage, where new information is learned, deep sleep, where information is saved, and REM sleep, where information is understood. So if you sleep so little, we have imbalance of each type of sleep, as there is more deep sleep in the first few sleep cycles and more REM sleep in the last few sleep cycles. Each sleep cycle lasts for around 1.5 hours each time. Albert Einstein was said to work 8 to 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, sleeping 10 hours a day with an afternoon nap. So the only reason why he was able to work so much every single day with high focus was only because he slept well and enough such that he was super energized to carry on through the day. So the next time you want to sleep at 2 a.m. on a school day, maybe think twice. There are different factors in our environment, and are we talking more about 4 components: sound, temperature, lighting, and time. First, sound. So different people study well in different environments, and one factor is sound and music. Some people tend to study better with cafe audio, lo-fi beats, etc. So try experimenting with a few genres to see which one works best for you and then stick to it. So whenever you study, your brain will automatically switch to focus mode, and you can get into the focus zone faster whenever you play that specific playlist or music. Now we will talk more about temperature. In hot and sunny Singapore, I've realized that whenever I study in a hot and humid environment, I tend to not work very well, and so I'll feel sleepy, groggy, and overall unmotivated to work. So during these times, consider turning on the air conditioner to have better airflow in the room and to make you focus better, because when your body is at a lower temperature, you should be able to focus better because you aren't so tired. Thirdly, lighting. Studies have shown that students who study in well-lit environments tend to have higher grades, better cognitive function, and better concentration. So consider investing in a lamp or studying in an area with natural sunlight near a window or with natural sunlight streaming in to help you focus better. Last but not least, time. Different people are more alert and have better focus at different times throughout the day. Maybe you work better in the morning, or maybe you're a night owl, or you have a weird pattern throughout the day. Whatever it is, pick the timings with the highest performance to schedule more work to be done, and use the time with low energy to do low energy tasks, or even go to the gym to get your energy up. Just create a study pattern that works best for you, because we all work differently. So the final tip for today is to use external motivation, and there are 3 parts to this. So the first part is to study together with your friends, the second part is to switch up your environments, and the third part is to study with me. So during the timings where you have low energy or low performance, you can find some friends to study call with to boost your motivation and to push yourself to use the time wisely. And if you watched last week's video, you would know that I have talked about this. Alternatively, to switch up your environments, you can also head to the library after school to catch up on work, which is a huge bonus because people do their work in the library, there's free air conditioning, and there's almost always free Wi-Fi as well. For me, I really like heading to the libraries to have deep work sessions, especially on days where I end school much earlier at 2 p.m. when I end at 6 p.m. mostly. So you can give it a try and you can maximize your time. Finally, study with me. Study with me are a really great way to help you keep yourself accountable and to feel not so lonely when you study, especially if your friends aren't available to study call with you. They can help to keep you focused, as a lot of these study YouTubers are really hardworking, or they are very focused when they are filming the video. If you would like to, you can check out my second channel called Play Study Archive. It's a really small channel. I have a few study with me videos up on there, and yeah. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys learned a lot and benefited from all the tips I've shared today. Let me know if you guys want a video or a template to help you find a studies pattern or method that works for you. And stay tuned for next week's video on my top few study tips and tricks to get good grades. Like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on Sunday for the weekly vlogs. See ya!